Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Rest Hold Podcast. This is episode 8, going 2 months strong. Brought to you by your boys, Tanner Fred, and me, Zach Foreman. Tanner, say what's up to the people.
What's going on, everybody? Thanks for all tuning in.
Yeah,
You know,
another
week.
exciting week of wrestling.
Yeah.
The rumors keep swirling.
Yeah.
I mean, where does the fun stop? We got a good episode for you guys today.
Yeah. Got a lot of stuff to talk about.
A little bit of a fun list coming up at the end.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for that. But let's get into it.
So I know we're gonna talk about the NXT Rebrand first, but first thing, Adam Cole is officially not a WWE superstar at the moment.
Adam Cole, baby. As of 9/2/2021 at 7 p.m., Adam Cole is a free agent.
I don't think that's when he became a free agent.
But he's still lingering out there.
We're declaring it now.
Yeah, we broke this news, by the way,
breaking news.
last week.
Yes.
Yep, you heard it here first. But Adam Cole.
What do you think? What do you think he's gonna do?
Oh boy, I know what I hope he does.
That's not what I asked.
And
I
that's
know
come back.
we both hope he does.
Look, I think WWE turns Adam Cole into a made man.
Mm-hmm.
After this contract that I think WWE would give him, he may never have to work again.
No.
So I think that you come back to WWE. You're already a star here. Mm-hmm. The fans love you. And I think you have the leverage. With everybody else that's leaving, all the other big names that aren't with the company anymore, you have leverage. They need Adam Cole.
100%. And I think people really underestimate how big of a win this would be for WWE.
Yeah.
Because not only is this just Adam Cole.
Yeah.
It's not just another very talented guy.
Yeah.
This is one of their best friends.
Yeah. This is a guy for AEW. He hangs out with and he's
in the elite.
Yeah, he's a part of the elite.
And if he decides, you know what, that looks cool, but I think I'm going to stay over here.
His fiance or wife at this point, whatever
I don't know
it
what she
is in AEW.
The champion in AEW.
He would go there and he would have a successful run, but he is a made man if he stays in WWE.
Yes.
And I hope he does.
And I saw a lot of tweets where it's like, this whole NXT rebrand, this might be the thing that really sends Cole the other way, this, that, and the other thing. Completely disagree.
I don't think it matters to him at all.
Because he's not going back there.
No, he was done on NXT.
If he's staying with WWE, it's main roster.
Yeah, it's
he's
SmackDown
not going back there.
Yep.
Vince, I think at this point, likes him too much, and there's nothing left.
Also, I guess that kind of parlays into the next, segment where we're going to talk about the NXT rebrand.
Yeah.
They're saying Vince is taking over NXT.
Yeah.
So if Adam Cole's coming back and he's afraid of the rebrand, then he wouldn't have come back at all because he's already going to work for Vince.
Yeah, that's true.
So
that's true.
I think it's a non-issue. I think it's a money issue, a work schedule issue, how much can I see my fiance, wife issue.
I don't know if that's what it is. I mean, the second one probably,
Yeah.
the last one probably, the thing with Britt Baker.
Yeah.
I think it's more just like, where is he going to be happy?
Yeah.
Because money's cool.
Money is cool.
But
you look at all these performers. Look at Andrade. Look at the guys that were getting paid.
I know this is a very extreme example, but I think CM Punk is a perfect example.
Yeah.
He was a made man over here.
Look at you getting paid and just unhappy.
Jericho.
Miserable. Yeah, Jericho's a little different.
Mm-hmm.
Like, at 50 or mid-40s, I don't know if you get that same creative freedom that you want. Granted, Jericho probably earned it, and he's still doing great things. He's still a top 5 guy in AEW.
Yeah.
But I understand WWE not necessarily, going out of their way to secure Jericho.
And I feel like that's kind of disrespectful to Jericho.
Oh, absolutely. Especially for all the things he did for WCW, WWE.
Not even that, just like how they keep bringing these old guys back and giving them the rub.
Right.
But you have this guy who's not left, who's stayed here and has worked and has helped you and has built all this stuff.
I think my only point on that is Jericho was still a full-time performer. So, you bring Goldberg back.
The novelty's not there.
Yeah, you bring Goldberg back 1 or 2 times. Yeah, we're over it. The fans still like to see it. But Chris Jericho, while he's not the main event picture anymore for AEW, he was their initial champion.
Yeah.
And sure, that's name recognition, building the brand, whatever. But he probably would have wanted something along those lines still with WWE. And me personally, I don't know if I even want to see that. No. And granted, that's in a fantasy world alternative reality, but I don't think I would want to see that because Jericho at 50 isn't Bobby Lashley at 44. Like, Bobby's 44, but Bobby's in his prime.
Yeah.
He's not Roman at 35,
Yeah,
36. Like,
exactly.
So I don't know.
that's
Love
definitely
Jericho,
true.
but
Yeah,
more. Yeah, go ahead.
No,
yeah.
that's definitely true. Like, yeah, I think that's it. Really, not to say that it was just a name recognition thing, because Jericho was still good.
Yeah, still talented.
But I feel like for AEW, for them, it was really just we need the story right now, where Jericho could deliver on that front.
Yeah.
Where like you have guys that might not be better than Jericho at storytelling, but close enough that are really getting done in the ring over in WWE.
Yeah.
Where WWE is like, yeah, this would be a nice guy to have, but we don't need it right now. We have these guys coming up, and we have stuff in the works. So.
Yeah, and kind of like to just counter my own point, I guess. WWE probably did try to pay Jericho, and then that goes to your point is he wanted that creative liberty where like I'm gonna go to AEW.
What do you talked about leaving? It was because of that WrestleMania match.
Yeah, when he went on second with Kevin Owens,
the
best feud.
The best feud on Raw for the last 6-8 months, whatever it was. And then not only was it no longer for the Universal title, it got dropped to the U.S. title, but they put it on second.
Yep.
Which is the cooldown match for your second best match.
Yep.
So I can understand him being upset about that and feeling a lot disrespected, to be honest.
Especially with the work he had put
Absolutely.
in on that feud.
On that feud.
The List feud was the best thing in recent memory. Like, besides
I
the
think
Tribal
that might
Chief.
be like the best thing that Jericho's done in a very long time.
Yeah. Like,
the List of Jericho is phenomenal.
So good.
Yeah.
So good. And it's so crazy because, like, I say that, like, the Tribal Chief is the best thing in wrestling.
Right now, yeah.
But if you go back, like, and you look at the past decade, 2010 to 2020, the List was probably right there. The List is probably
it's definitely in
top
the conversation
for
for sure. So, like, it's not like he was doing nothing. Like,
Yeah.
he was doing really good stuff.
You got, like, Authority Seth, and then you have, like, the List of Jericho.
Yeah,
It was such a good segment, so I understand that. But yeah, Adam Cole, man. Back to Adam Cole. You gotta secure him if you're WWE. You can't afford to lose him.
You send him a blank check in the mail.
Yeah.
Like, just fill it out. And
What is it gonna take?
Just let us know.
What is it gonna take?
Literally, just let us know.
Like let him Twitch stream. Who cares?
It doesn't matter. I mean, I feel like they've kind of gone back to that.
Yeah.
Because here's my thing. I don't think it's the Twitch streaming.
It was
because you brought Vega back.
Yeah.
And she didn't stop.
Yeah.
So like, I think it's just where is he gonna be happy?
Yeah. So
also, I think he might have just wanted to break a little bit.
I don't blame him. He's been working hard for the last 2 years. He's been in the main event picture, then immediately into the biggest feud on the card for NXT. Yeah. But for Adam Cole, it's like I just you can't let him go.
No, you cannot.
You can't.
You can't.
You really cannot. Like, I don't care what it is. I don't like. Go out there and buy AEW so they can't have Adam Cole.
Yeah.
Like, you can't lose Adam Cole. I don't know. I'm excited to see what happens. The story is there regardless where he signs. He will perform. Like, he'll go to AEW. The thing is, that's a really crowded top of the card.
That's honestly the next point I was going to make. And it really comes down to, like, as a performer, what do you value?
Yeah.
Do you value your creative freedoms or do you value championships?
Right.
Because you have guys going over there like Malachi Black, Andrade, things like that. Those guys aren't winning the AEW championship anytime remotely soon.
Never.
Maybe even ever.
Yeah.
They might not ever touch that belt.
No,
So if you're Adam Cole, is the concern, hey, I want to put on great matches with all these guys I know, have a good time on the road with them, and, have my own creative freedoms over here, or do I want to be one of the greats?
Yeah.
Because I know that kind of sucks to say that, like, oh, if you don't have an AEW title belt, you're not one of the greats. Can you name me one of the greats in WWE that never held the WWE belt, other than, like, Booker T?
And he was a champion, just not the
WWE. He was not the WWE, but he was a champion.
Yeah, he was heavyweight champion. Right?
5 times.
Yeah. So, for Adam Cole also, and I don't want to sound like I'm saying the Young Bucks are the best tag team ever, but Adam Cole's moveset will just fall in line with AEW. He'll just be another guy. And that's not, it sounds insulting, right? Because Adam Cole is a great talent. He's great on the mic. He's far better than the Young Bucks. Far better. But his moveset is in line with those guys.
I think it's because, and the thing
And
that
it's
I
because
mentioned,
they were together.
with not even just that, it's the thing I've mentioned before about AEW. Adam Cole has a very indie moveset.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what AEW is.
Yeah.
They all have indie movesets. They're indie guys that basically built a company, other than like Jericho and Cody.
Right.
The rest of them are indie guys.
That's very true. That's a good
And then Moxley came across.
Yeah.
But the rest are indie guys. New Japan,
Mm-hmm.
TNA, AAA, whatever.
wherever,
from all these different places.
Absolutely, Lucha, stuff
Where,
like that.
and like how we said, like, AEW is a wrestling show.
Yeah.
And WWE is a sports entertainment show.
Yeah.
So, like, that's one of the reasons. and not taking away from Adam Cole's talent. He's unbelievably talented.
Right. Yes.
But that's one of the things that makes him pop.
Yeah.
He's doing things you don't see. Like, I know maybe, I think, not Raquel, Dakota does it. Mm-hmm. But does anybody else do a pump kick?
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right.
And it's one of those simple things. I'm not going to, I mean, he does a super kick, but
right.
he doesn't do the super kick all the time. It's the pump kick. That's his go-to. And nobody really does pump kicks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good point.
I know, like, the that neck breaker he does, the only other person I've seen do that is, like, AJ.
Yep.
It's that kind of style where it's like, oh, that's cool.
Yes.
Like, that's cool. I don't see that all the time.
And what's so terrible, right, is I don't like to watch the Young Bucks. I don't like to watch it because it's over. You seen one match, you've seen all of them.
Here's my big issue with the Young Bucks, and I think it's one, they're annoying.
Yes.
They're so full of themselves and they're annoying. The second thing is, just because you do a normal move at the same time doesn't make it that cool.
Yeah.
It's not that cool.
You both throw the same super kick at the same time. It's a super kick party. Yeah, so was it last week and the week before and the 12 years you've been doing. Like, all right, come on.
And I get you can make the argument about people in WWE doing a similar thing.
Yes.
But, like, no one in WWE makes a big deal of doing the same move at the same time.
Yeah.
That's not the thing that tag teams do.
Yeah.
Like,
absolutely. And just, like, to go back to the Adam Cole thing one more time before we
back to the well
before we just do this whole podcast on how important Adam Cole is. Adam Cole and Tanner made a great point is the indie moveset, it jumps in WWE because it's not done often. And as he said, AEW, everybody's kind of doing that. You're not going to be, oh, his moveset is so crazy, he's so unique, he's so talented when you're wrestling a guy doing the same moves as you. So it works for Adam Cole in WWE, NXT, because even though you have, smaller guys, flippy guys, whatever it is, like Kyle O'Reilly, I'm not the biggest fan, I've made that clear, completely different wrestlers. Mm-hmm. So the two styles, they meshed well together, but they were doing entirely different things. So I think that's important, and that kind of goes to what he was saying. What is more important to you? Like the creative freedom, being a star? What do you want? And I think, if it was me, it's not me, I'm not Adam Cole, I would want to be someone that stands out. I would want to be the guy. And one more time, to wrap it all up, that top of the AEW card is stacked. And it is only getting more stacked. Because, yes, you bring in Adam Cole, but guess what? You have CM Punk now. CM Punk is going to rub Darby Allin all the way to the top of the card. Then guess who's coming up in 2 weeks? Who else is coming out? Daniel Bryan. That's just more at the top.
Just off the top of my head, we have Daniel Bryan.
Yep.
Technically kind of Andrade.
Yes, technically.
Christian Cage.
Yep.
What's his name from the Dark Order's in there?
You have
Hangman. Hangman's in there. If Darby Allin makes his way up there. You have Jay White.
Yep.
Who's still involved.
Yep, because they were doing the Impact and
all that stuff. So now you're gonna put a seventh person in there. If I'm Adam Cole, and I understand, like, you know what you're gonna have. You're gonna put on sick matches with a lot of these guys. Like him and Adam Page would have an insane match. People like that. But like, when are you really gonna touch that belt?
And those are only the people off the top of your head.
Yeah. And I don't watch the show. You'll probably know better. I don't watch the show. I named 7 people.
You didn't even mention CM Punk.
No.
Which could be a thing they do.
That could be a thing.
And we're forgetting, there is no way Cody stays out of that picture for that long.
Cody will have that belt.
He'll be back. Then you have the winner of MJF Jericho, which is going to be MJF. He's due. He's next guy there.
Yeah.
You're looking at 10 people with a legitimate, path to the top of the card. And I don't think that if I'm a superstar that was just on top of the freaking world, like Adam Cole was.
Not only just on top of the world. Yeah. Now I have the owner of the biggest wrestling company on the planet
begging me to
basically throwing the bag at you.
So you're on top of the world. You're about to be a made man AEW's doing great things. You're going to be a made man on the biggest wrestling company in the world. The biggest wrestling company ever, historically. So, to me, it's an easy decision. My bias is obviously showing. But I think Adam Cole, smart man, he'll come back around.
Just to end this,
we gotta move
one
on.
quick end.
We gotta.
The only thing I would say here is, you know what? Wrestling with your friends is cool.
Yeah.
Hanging out with your fiance is cool.
Yeah.
Main eventing WrestleMania is
historic.
A different ballgame.
Historic.
It's a different ballgame. I don't care what AEW does. They'll never have a WrestleMania main event.
No. No.
So we'll wrap it up there.
Wrap it up there. That's a good point. And if you guys couldn't tell, we're both really big Adam Cole guys.
Need him back. I can't start watching AEW. That's not something I can allow myself to do.
We're gonna go 5 days straight of wrestling. 7 days on some big weeks.
Too much.
Yeah.
All
right. Moving on. So let's talk.
NXT Rebrand.
The rebrand. So I dropped a snippet earlier.
Yeah.
Vince is taking over.
What's the other guy's name?
Vince and Bruce Pritchard taking over.
Bruce Pritchard taking over NXT. They will be producing the whole thing.
And just like that, Paul Levesque
is
all elite.
Yeah, will Paul Levesque be all elite this
Triple
Friday?
H is all elite.
AEW Rampage.
Tune in.
I don't know what Paul's gonna do. Triple H, for anybody who doesn't know.
Hunter.
I don't know what he's gonna do. Because now, what is HBK gonna do? Are they just gonna be like strictly recruitment performance center type of stuff?
Man, I understand Vince needing that need to be in control of everything, and you want your company to run how you want your company to run, but this is a mistake.
You know what, man? If I'm that's a terrible way to say this.
Yeah.
But if Vince wants to do this, and this is really what you want, you know what? Just put your name on it, and then just let them keep doing what they're doing. Just put your name on it.
Yeah.
If your ego's that big, if that's really what you need to be like, oh, I did this, I built it, blah blah blah. Just put your name on it, and then just let Triple H keep doing what he's doing.
So, I'm so concerned, and don't get me wrong, SmackDown has been must-see TV. SmackDown is a great show, and they're doing great things on SmackDown. Raw has been getting progressively better. The last
Raw is improving.
2 or 3 weeks have been okay. But Raw, for the last year, has been 3 out of 52 weeks watchable.
Yeah, it has been
very bad. NXT has been watchable week in and week out, even on their slower times.
Yeah.
Even their slower episodes are good episodes.
I would probably watch the slowest episode of NXT over 9, maybe every Raw except for 1 or 2.
Yeah, 85% of Raws I would skip and watch the worst episode of NXT.
Yeah, absolutely.
And maybe that's the 3 hours. Maybe it's consistent wrestling. I don't know. But Raw has been bad. SmackDown's been great. NXT has been very good.
Yeah.
There's a chance that Vince comes in and just ruins NXT. First off, he says, no more small guys, no one over 30. I get it. You want to turn NXT back into developmental. You need to get new homegrown talent. I get it. But that's bad for the locker room.
Not only is it bad for the locker room, 30 is a really not great cutoff. 30 is very young for wrestling.
Especially with how big wrestling is now, right? So everybody, like you said before, everybody's in the indies. Everybody's going around. People are overseas. New Japan is as popular as it's ever been. There are people that you need to discover. You wouldn't have Seth Rollins. What are you doing? Yeah. You can't just blatantly cut off
Moxley
people.
was one too.
Yeah.
He was an indie guy.
You can't just say no more recruiting outside of homegrown talent. I get it. You can get more homegrown talent. You can scout guys like Odyssey Jones, but you can't just cut off an entire pool of professional wrestlers, people that have been there before. It doesn't make sense to me.
Mm-hmm. And I think what's really interesting too is, are a lot of guys going to be hung out to dry, or does this mean they're getting moved up? People what's going to happen with Johnny? What's going to happen with Ciampa? Yeah. What's going to happen with Thatcher?
Yeah.
What's going to happen with Santos? He's over 30.
Yeah.
You're not cutting Santos.
No. If you do,
you're out of your mind.
That's an absolute mistake.
What's going to happen with Joe?
You're champion. You're champion.
Pete Dunne's got to be 30.
Your whole main event picture.
Yeah.
Maybe they mean we're not signing new guys over 30, and it's still a mistake.
Yeah. Okay. And to touch on this point, I understand this is a very unpopular opinion, and we talked about this a little bit during NXT, and I brought it up, and I think it's to put a little bit of things into perspective. NXT does have a very fundamental problem in the fact that it's not a brand.
Right.
It is a brand, but it's not a brand.
Yep.
So if you're going to make NXT a brand, that's cool. Make it a brand. Make it a show on its own. You now have 3 brands in WWE. Whatever. Good.
Yes.
But the fact that right now it's not really a brand...
It's just in limbo.
...poses a really, really major issue.
Mm-hmm.
Because the whole kind of point of NXT getting started was, we have these guys, you get your belt, you move up. Yes. That's kind of how it is. Keith Lee's the perfect example.
Yeah, look at
you
Seth,
win both belts.
Andrade, Keith.
You do a job to the next guy, and you go to the main roster immediately. That's all it is. That's all it should be. But now you have guys that are really sticking around there.
You got guys asking to come back.
asking guys to get moved down there, like Finn.
I want to go back to NXT.
So, and I understand, like, I know we talk a lot here about how WWE doesn't build talent. And it's true, they really don't.
They haven't for a while.
But NXT is part of the problem of that.
Yes.
Well, yeah, NXT is a great product.
Yes.
I have no issue with that. You can't have guys like Roddy, guys like Joe, even guys like Cross, people like that, guys like Johnny, guys like Ciampa, guys like this, that, and the other thing. Thatcher, whoever, the UK people.
You can literally pick anyone on
pick
the roster
anyone on
right
the main
now.
like not the main roster, but then like the main event picture of NXT.
Yeah.
And they shouldn't be there.
Yeah.
Is the point.
Yes.
Because now if you want to build talent, you can if all these guys are sticking. You only got 2 hours of TV a week.
Right.
And it's not like we can be like, oh, you know, we can just move them to SmackDown, we can move them to Raw, like, or you can have them on both. Like, it's not really how it works with NXT.
Yeah.
It's so singular that you can't build these talent when you, because you're not going to not have Johnny on TV. You're not going to not have Ciampa on TV.
Yeah, and then the kind of problem like goes to what you said. You can't have them on both, right? Because look what happens when you do. Look what they did to Cross.
Yeah.
They killed Cross.
Yeah, he's done.
He has no momentum on the main roster, and that's their fault.
Mm-hmm.
But just to like circle back a little bit, you got guys like Roddy and what you're saying. They have their recognition, and they've done all they can do on NXT. That is the point where you move them up. And you can't build new talent. You can't have, the breakout stars like they can't have Duke Hudson. You can't have Odyssey Jones. You can't have Carmelo Hayes get over and get that name recognition, that face recognition when they're not on TV. Mm-hmm. So you can't build homegrown talent if you're not having your homegrown talent showcased. Mm-hmm. So if you're going to keep going Johnny, and I love Johnny, and you're going to keep going Ciampa, and I love Ciampa, that's it. That's your show. It's a third show. It's a brand. NXT is a brand. But they're not doing that. They're telling us it's developmental and the end goal is to eventually be on the main roster, but that's not what they're showing us. Mm-hmm. So they're telling us one thing and showing us something entirely different, and that's what you said, that's where the problem is.
Yeah. And I had come up with an idea during quarantine that you and I bounced back and forth, which obviously they didn't do, because
because they
but,
didn't hire us.
What they should have done, honestly, is like, if you're going to have NXT, that's great, have your thing. But when you had these guys like Odyssey Jones and Carmelo Hayes and whatever they were doing at the Performance Center, just throw a camera on and just put it on the network.
Yep.
Like, it can't cost that much money to just like produce single matches or a series of matches on the network.
Right.
Because one, it's like I said, it can't cost you that much money.
Nothing.
Two, the people who are your real fans, the people that care about the stars coming up before they're actually stars, will watch that.
Yes.
And now you can also get a feel for how, like, these people, how we like the wrestlers.
Yeah.
So let's say, like, I'm just going to use Carmelo Hayes just because his name's in my head.
Yeah.
Let's say he was a great talent, but he had negative charisma.
Yeah.
Which he doesn't. He's phenomenal.
Yeah, he's good.
But let's just say he had no charisma. But they tried to throw him on TV, and then, it crash and burn, and he looks terrible. Yeah. But now if you have this little, like, show on the network,
people are giving feedback.
People are getting feedback. You can check the tweets, whatever you want, and be like, oh, I like this guy. I wish I could get more for this guy, this, that, and the other thing. And it helps the talent, too.
No, absolutely, because you're getting quote-unquote televised live matches. Like, people want to see that. But it doesn't even have to be the network, right? So, I mean, they did that
on YouTube.
That's what I was about to say.
I don't care.
Just make it a YouTube series, like your playlist of dark matches, whatever it is, or Performance Center practice matches. I don't care how you phrase it to me. Let me see these guys that are homegrown. What's his face? The Brock Lesnar Jr. guy.
Yeah, I remember.
Parker Bordeaux or something. Yeah. Let me see him wrestle somebody in practice, because when he comes out, you guys have built him on social media that he's going to be a great sign. He's going to be a great performer.
He better be a great sign then.
What if he sucks? Yeah. What if he can't wrestle? Don't you want us to, like, the fans, the people you want to, like, embrace this guy, know that? Like, I don't know. And that was just that's one example. The kid could be great. I'm sure he's a phenomenal athlete. Yeah. But, like, I'm just saying, you did it one time with Keith Lee and Drew McIntyre. You did once. It was like I really respect your hustle and your work ethic and your grind. Let's have, like, a practice match. And they did that one time on the network. A one-on-one in the back.
Of your champions. Yeah. Of names people knew.
And that worked. Like, I know I tuned in for it. So that's the thing, is I'm consuming so much, of Peacock, of old wrestling. And sometimes I get bored of the old stuff because, you've seen it so many times. But show me these new guys. I'm interested. You just signed a new class. You just signed the Usos brother. Like, let me see how he is. Yeah. Let me see him backstage.
And honestly, too, and, like, the problem is that they would micromanage it too much. I think that would be the real issue.
Yes.
Like, honestly, like, I don't even care if it's a match. Like, what I mean by that is ring the bell, real ref, you know, go, pin, bell rings, whatever. Let it just be like they're having a match. But you know what? I think, A-Train, he's one of the guys down there? He's one of the coaches? Albert. Let him stop in the middle. Tell him what to do, you know? I mean, and maybe that's probably, like, I don't know, they want to keep, like, their guarded secrets or whatever. But, like, everyone knows what they're doing.
Yeah, and
like, it's not like...
You don't need to necessarily show me how they fall or, like, how to protect, like, the moves and stuff. But you could have him coach them through a match. Like, oh, here you'd probably want to, you know, shoot for a single leg or something. Like, or here maybe, you know, you counter or you got to be aware that he's coming from behind. And, like, just little technical things. So these guys are, like, learning. It's like a WWE school, like a WWE academy.
And I think that's one of the reasons that I personally loved Tough Enough so much when it was around.
Fun to watch.
It was not only was it cool to watch like the talent and see like who would be good, but like learning these like small different things, just like how the industry really works. Yeah. I think you could kind of do the same thing with that and basically make it like a Tough Enough without making like a reality show.
Yeah, absolutely. Because it gives you like that attention to detail. Because like on Tough Enough, you do see things like how to fall, like. You're doing a transition, you want to do it this way. And then when you're watching wrestling, you're like, oh, that guy's actually good. Yeah. Like, that guy's actually doing exactly what, you know, William Regal said to do. It's like, okay, now I know what I'm looking for.
And I think that's the thing I tell people, like, a lot of times. Like, a lot of my friends don't watch really wrestling that much. So they'll be like, what do you mean this guy's better? Like, what does that mean? Yeah. And it's like, I know from some, they're like, oh, it's fake. Like, can you be better? Yeah. And the way I try to tell it is, imagine acting and doing stunts at the same time. Right. Because you're not just, like, protecting yourself, protecting the person with you, but you have to tell a story, too. Yeah. Like, this isn't, like, an easy thing. Because, like, that's the thing that I always say. That's my counterpoint. I'm like, how is Leonardo DiCaprio a better actor than someone else? Yeah. It's the same thing. Yeah. It's how well can suspend my disbelief to the point where I can be invested in this story that you're telling me.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that to come full circle, it would be beneficial to everyone, fans included, talent more specifically, if they got that kind of feedback right away. Mm-hmm. So we see these guys, we see Odyssey Jones, we see Duke Hudson going at it in the back. I don't need to know who wins. No. It doesn't need to be a win. It doesn't need to have a pin. It could just be like, that was a good 10-minute run. That was a good 20-minute run. Good job. See you next time. Yeah. That's it. Yeah, it's an idea. It's something they can explore. They have the resources. I mean,
just put a camera in the room.
Yeah, you guys film everything. WWE films everything. You got a WWE 24 coming out the day after WrestleMania. Like, they film everything.
And the only issue with this, I could see people making the point of, and it would be like kayfabe. Mm-hmm. But my counterpoint to that is kayfabe is so dead. Kayfabe died long ago.
No, but that's so. Yes, it did. But you can protect it if you wanted, because guess what? You take two faces. Hey, let's have a practice. Or you got two heels. Like, oh, I hate this guy. Like, help me.
That's not really what I meant by that. More than like, not like these guys are friends. Yeah. It was more like the wrestling's not real, air quotes. But here's the thing: when you have so much content and so much production that WWE has now, where it's not only just like the matches where it used to be really, but now you have like Stone Cold's podcast,
and talk.
You have people. The 24s. You have all that kind of stuff where
you expose it already.
Watch any of the superstar videos, like the one with Randy's a great one, the Triple H's a great one, the CM Punk's a really good one. Like they're exposing it already. Like they're basically telling you that it's planned. Yeah. Which I think at this point in time is fine.
It's common knowledge.
Everyone knows that. Yeah. Like, it's not back in the day where they're like, oh my god, like this, that, and the other thing. Like,
Hulk picked up Andre.
Yeah, but so, I mean, that's my take on it. But
yeah, but even if you're afraid of that, right? That goes back to what we said about like A-Train, Tensai. You gotta coach there. Mm-hmm. Like, he goes through it with you guys. Like, oh no, you're doing this, you're doing that. So like, it's not fake. It's practice. You know what I'm saying? So like, where UFC fighters, you're training jiu-jitsu. It's not fake.
No.
But you're practicing.
I'm not going to kill the guy either. Like,
you're practicing.
The guy taps, I'm going to let go.
Yeah, you're sparring with somebody. You're not killing them, but you're hitting them. You're tapping them up a little bit. Yeah. So I think that's easy. That's easy to protect still. They'll never do it. So this was just 20 minutes of us,
Cool idea.
Yeah. But, if it happens.
We want royalties if it happens.
Yeah, if it happens, 2%. Quote us, tag us, let them know. Yeah. If you guys like the idea, you tell them. Just tag them 1,000 times. Say, clip it. Listen to this segment.
There it is.
Yeah. So NXT Rebrand.
I think just to wrap this up.
Yeah.
My biggest concern with the NXT rebrand is that, I know it's going to be weird, is that we don't have a date.
Yeah. It's just going
That
to get thrown
scares
on
the
us.
hell out of me.
They keep saying coming soon, and the logo's trash.
Terrible.
The logo is trash.
It looks like
it's a PacSun logo.
Have you heard of Splatoon?
Yeah.
It looks like Splatoon.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. It looks terrible. It looks so bad. I'm not excited for it at all.
I can't wait for first time out. Samoa Joe gets slimed.
Yep.
That's gonna be great.
Yep. He's gonna be the MVP.
Yeah, the MVP. Jesus.
Yeah. I mean, by way of China, where we came all the way here, like showcase the new talent, blah blah blah. The rebranding of NXT isn't going to change anything unless they move these guys on.
Yeah.
So, if anything, we might just get worse storytelling. And that will be awful for everyone.
Yeah. Yeah. That really might just, oh, God.
So, if they're taking over and they're not showcasing the new talent and we're just getting the same guys, it's just going to be boring, raw storylines. And they're going to do nothing with it. And we're just going to be screwed. And we're going to have one good episode of wrestling a week.
Oh, man. I didn't even think about that.
Yep.
Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't happen. Hopefully Vince's brain still works a little bit. And we get someone else.
Literally, who knows?
Yeah.
Because I don't know who's in charge of Raw and who's in charge of SmackDown because they are entirely different shows.
Yeah.
So hopefully...
it's whoever doing SmackDown.
Yeah. Comes to run NXT.
Yeah. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. So let's talk SmackDown.
Yeah. Let's talk SmackDown. Becky. First appearance on a live television show in quite some time.
I guess she is a heel. I guess.
I don't like it. Just because, she's too over to be a heel.
Yeah, she's very, very over.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she's Becky Lynch.
That's the thing, too, is, Roman was popular,
but
over in a different kind of way.
Yes.
Where, the fans just love Becky.
Yes. Which is going to be hard to make them boo Becky.
Because the problem is that they love Becky more than Bianca. That's really what the issue lies.
Yeah, and so the internet outrage, which entirely justified about how Bianca lost, is over.
Yep.
People have now accepted okay, Bianca lost, it's screwed up, they shouldn't have done that, but Becky's back, and the people love Becky.
And it's funny because they got Roman. I know we keep going back to Roman as
but he's the gold standard right now.
But the way they made Roman a heel worked so well because the Fiend was so over and Roman just obliterated him.
If they wanted Becky to get over, they needed Sasha. It didn't work with Bianca, and hear me out just for a second. She wouldn't have been a heel. She wouldn't have been a heel. That would have had to wait to another time, whatever. And you could have done it any number of ways after the fact. But you needed Sasha to win, have her moment, and then Becky just come out and ruin it.
No, I don't know if that would have made her a heel. Here's what really needs to happen. The problem is, I think her promo is the issue.
Well, this might be a hot take. I've never found her to be a compelling mic worker.
No. That's not even. Not that it was not great, not good. It was the content.
Oh, okay.
You can't be oh, good to see you, fans. This, that, and then try to be a heel.
You mean on the night of SummerSlam?
No.
You mean
on Friday?
Yeah.
On Friday.
Okay.
If you're gonna be a heel, it's time to be a heel. And I think she
tried the Connor thing. I'd like to take this time to apologize to absolutely no one. That was
stupid. I think her declining the match was a good start.
Yeah.
I was hoping that she'd be like, no, I'm good. And she did, which is great. But I need a little more heel stuff.
Yeah. And maybe that's tomorrow. Maybe it's this Friday she comes out and tells the fans, scratch their ass, suck one.
She was just saying how much she loves them and how... That's why it's tough. It's tough.
I don't know. Because, I don't know how you fix that. Because, yes, having Becky back is great. Mm-hmm. I think universally across the board, having Becky back is good for professional wrestling. Good for WWE. If they're trying to make her a heel, like you said, it's got to be full throttle. Mm-hmm. Because if it's even a little in between, which is what you're saying, hey, fans, love you guys. Screw you, Bianca. Mm-hmm. Okay, maybe she just doesn't like Bianca.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe Bianca's in the way.
Yeah, still face. Don't care. It's 50-50. I like Becky.
Yeah.
If it's even a 50-50, it's a 99-1. Yeah. People are cheering Becky Lynch. Yeah. It just doesn't matter.
That's the problem. Yeah.
So you have to Bianca comes out and asks for a rematch. Hit her with the title. You don't get this. Yeah. This is my title. Yeah. You didn't earn this. You didn't beat the best of the best. I'm here now.
Yeah.
Like, the best of the best is back.
Like,
And
that's
sure,
the thing.
yeah, that's-
just being arrogant isn't
enough.
a heel.
Isn't
that's
enough.
just you're arrogant.
No, it's
So,
not enough. Like, that story, like we said, probably 30 times, would have written itself with Asuka.
Yeah.
They obviously can't do that. Asuka's hurt, whatever. But you can do it for Bianca. You can have Becky come back. You could, on SummerSlam, could have had her say, you know, you ran through the division, but you never beat the man. You never beat the best of the best.
I just thought about this, and you could have honestly just taken the Asuka story and just like shifted it a little bit, because all you had to do was have Becky come out and be like, "I never lost the belt. I never lost the belt."
Yep.
But instead of going over there, I went for the easier shot.
Yeah. Boom.
And then
heel.
then there it is.
And then nuclear heel.
Yeah. And then I didn't want to deal with Charlotte, so I took the easy one.
Yeah. Took the easy way out.
There it is.
Boom. I don't know. And then even if you don't do that, you still have the chance on SmackDown to make her a heel, and you botch it.
Yeah.
She's
an in between. I don't know what she is.
And it's like we said. I mean, for 3 minutes, Becky, if it's an in between, she's one of the superstars where it's just gonna be a face.
Yeah.
You can't be in between.
Yep. That's a problem. It's
yeah.
Randy.
It is. It actually, that's a perfect example. If Randy is in between, because of the work product Randy Orton has given us over, a decade and a half, like, you're cheering Randy Orton. Even when he's a heel, Randy's still getting cheered.
Like Randy's getting cheers against Drew, and Drew is a very clear face.
Over face.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. She's good. It's good to have her back.
Yeah, it is. And hopefully they build on that a little more. Especially now that we have a solidified feud.
I think that they keep this feud running, which I guess you kind of have to.
Well, Bianca won.
Yeah, I know she won that, but I'm saying even like this is going to go on for a little bit. But man, I hope they start pushing other women.
Yeah,
SmackDown needs to start.
Bianca's
getting
great.
Other women.
I like her a lot. She's very good. Toni Storm.
Naomi was on TV finally
for like 8 seconds.
She wanted a little TV time. She wanted a little fight action.
Here's the thing. Let's just talk about that because we'll move on from Becky. I really like that segment a lot.
Yeah,
a lot.
Where they just disrespected her.
Because I hope she goes talk to the head of the table over there and says,
the tribal chief.
Let's go with this.
Naomi should be a part of the bloodline.
Yeah,
And guess what? Now you get Naomi the belt, and I'm sure that'll be a way down the road.
Yeah.
A few months at least. But man, imagine the entire bloodline with the gold.
The golden prophecy.
The story writes itself.
Yeah, it's right there. Yeah.
And
the little brother gets the IC belt.
I mean, let's not go there yet. Let's not let Paul get it. No, but seriously, Naomi on TV is good.
Paul beats Shinsuke clean.
Yeah, I mean, the SmackDown Women's Division, kind of stacked.
It's pretty good.
Pretty stacked. Becky coming back makes it pretty stacked because you have Sasha, who's going to be back any day now. Becky, Bianca, Liv, Naomi, Toni Storm.
Carmella's good.
Carmella.
I like Vega personally.
That's 8 good women.
Yeah.
8.
And you know what's
I'm
funny
sure we're missing somebody right now.
Raw is pretty good too.
Yeah. No, WWE has no shortage of women's wrestlers. They have a massive shortage of storytelling.
Yeah.
Massive. And they have done, I think we said this last week, so not to, beat a dead horse, but there's no mid-card feud for women that matters. There's no undercard feud for the women that matters. So men, you got Rick Boogs, you got Shinsuke facing the Dirty Dogs, facing Apollo. Like, those feuds matter. And sure, there's another title involved. But let's say, for instance, like Sami Zayn comes out, beats Dominic Mysterio. You have a feud growing there within the Mysterios. That story writes itself. But, like, build other stories.
You know what you do? I think you get rid of the women's tag belts.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because they started off as something cool and kind of became a joke.
Yeah.
And I think you establish a singular women's mid-card belt that's defended across both brands.
Yeah. So you have Priest on Raw put on a phenomenal match, but the Open Challenge. If you had a women's belt similar to a United States or Intercontinental Championship getting an Open Challenge every week, you would get your women's division so over. And you need to have that confidence in your performers.
This is what I'm going to write the story that doesn't work.
That will never happen. Yeah.
I think TNA used to do a similar thing to this, and it's going to be similar to Money in the Bank, but not the exact same. You have the mid-card belt be able to be cashed in for a title match.
Wow.
but not as like a anytime, any place, anywhere. You just got beat up. I cash it in. Like I cash this in. I am the next in line for the belt. And then you could have have your next two mid carders
face for that. And now you have
even if you set like a time limit on it, like you can only be cashed in once a quarter, once every 3 months, whatever it is.
Yeah,
that's a good way to even if they. That's the thing that WWE I think fails to see. You can have a women like even for the men too. You can have like a newer star or like a younger star fight for the belt and lose. Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah,
but let's see how good they are when it really matters.
Yep, I agree 100%. That is such a big deal because your top guys are always going to be the title picture. And maybe Raw isn't the best example, but like this Monday, Damian Priest put on a phenomenal triple threat with Sheamus and Drew McIntyre. Those are two top guys that have been in the main event picture, that are consistently in the main event picture, and will probably remain there for like a good portion of their career. And Damian Priest can hang. That's big. That's huge for the mid-card belt. And sure, he won, but it was a triple threat, so it's not the perfect example of that. But Damian Priest...
I think the result really didn't matter.
No, there was...
It was just that, you know what, he's good.
He's good.
He can
hang
now,
with the big guys.
If they were to, down the line, give him a real belt, I could see, you know what, he can put on a real match.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's kind of like just an example of like what you're saying is if you get a newer talent, and granted, Damian Priest has been around. Yeah. He's a veteran, a veteran professional wrestler, but not WWE. But you get these people that are good, that can be on TV, that are mid-carders, and which you need a strong mid-card that can wrestle these top guys. That brings a new level of credibility to your mid-card. So if you have your women, right, you have Toni Storm as your mid-card champion, challenge Charlotte. She doesn't need to beat Charlotte.
No.
I don't even think she will beat Charlotte.
No.
But guess what? To see her be able to go with Charlotte, who is the greatest women's performer of all time, that brings new credibility to that middle division.
And you know what? Like, you don't even have to put it on a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Just throw it on like a Raw.
Yeah.
Throw it on SmackDown. Now, not only am I seeing, Toni Storm is good.
Yeah.
Toni Storm can hang with Charlotte.
Yeah.
Is she better than Charlotte? Probably not.
Yeah.
Does she deserve the belt right now? Probably not. But she can go.
Yeah.
And she'll be there soon.
Yeah.
But now you're giving me a reason to watch Raw. It's
kind of like funny because this almost is the same problem that we just talked about with NXT. You're just not showcasing the talent. So we just ran off 8 women for SmackDown. Very talented division. And it's only a 2-hour show. You're already getting 2 women's matches on there. And I promise at least one nobody cares about. Because they don't do anything for the story. Like, I don't need to see, Zelina Vega versus Carmella, right? Like, okay, what's next? Why does this matter to me? It doesn't. They don't build a story to it. They don't do any backstage feuding. They just put them out there to wrestle. Like, give me something to care about.
The only
get me invested.
Decent, and it wasn't even good. The only story I can remember from the mid card recently, other than when Bayley and Bianca went the first time a while back, was when Liv and Carmella were feuding before Money in the Bank.
Yeah, to get into Money in the Bank.
The story was there. It wasn't great. It was a very bare bones, kind of low effort story of Carmella's getting opportunities that Liv feel like she's earning. But it was something. It gave me a reason to be like, oh, it makes sense that they're fighting.
Feud.
This makes sense.
Yeah.
But now it's just like people are just having
out,
matches,
just walking out, and like maybe they just don't care. Maybe that's it. Maybe they, we'll showcase the women. They can wrestle. Who cares about the story? Like maybe that's it. That's kind of what it seems like.
Yeah.
But whatever. Moving on. SmackDown. Finn
and Roman next week.
Finn and Roman. It's big. It's gonna be a phenomenal main event.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be great. I think they're gonna tear it down.
What happens?
Roman wins.
How?
I don't think it matters.
You think it goes clean?
No, of course not.
I don't think so either.
Because the Street Profits will come out, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And then Roman will win.
Which I love the Street Profits.
It's so weird.
But they're just losing to everybody on the roster, and then they come out and just successfully fend off the Usos.
Yeah, it was really weird.
You're like...
Also, like, there was no story between them and the Usos. There's no story between them and Finn.
No. So, like, it doesn't make sense to me. Like, oh, we don't want to watch, Finn get jumped and we want the tag team championships. That doesn't really cut it anymore.
No.
That doesn't really cut it for me when you have tag teams that are doing better work. And, like, people might not like it, and I know it's a heel and you don't do heel versus heel champion, but, like, the Alpha Academy beat the Street Profits. Why is the Alpha Academy not on TV, but the Street Profits are?
Yeah.
And I love the Street Profits. They're more entertaining. They deserve to be on TV. But if you just lost like 3 weeks in a row, they lost the singles matches and they lost the tag team match. I just don't understand it.
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't understand that either. But
and so you got Rick Boogs and Shinsuke. They fight the Dirty Dogs. I love the Dirty Dogs. I love Dolph. I love Rob Roode. But like, why is that not the Alpha Academy wrestling for that spot? Maybe you don't want them to lose.
I thought they were on.
But I'm just saying.
I know what you mean, but yeah.
Like Otis squashing
because
people.
I think that's because they can't. Shinsuke can't lose,
and you don't want Otis to lose.
Alpha Academy can't lose.
Yeah, but it was just like going to my point is like the lazy storytelling isn't going to cut it. No, and SmackDown's been great, and I love SmackDown, but like just running the Street Profits out there, which I'm a big fan of the Street Profits, is not going to cut it.
Yeah.
For the main event, like just let Finn get jumped. Like
Finn made a dumb decision,
and yeah.
And just let him pay the consequences of that decision.
Exactly. Just deal with it. And
like,
guess what? Finn's going to get more over for getting jumped.
Here's the thing. I love Roman right now.
Yeah.
I'm not a big Roman guy overall, but I love Roman right now. Not every feud needs to be a guy and then have a tag team inserted.
Yes.
They just did it with Edge and Mysterio. They kind of did it with Cena and Mysterio. That was more a Cena-Roman thing.
Yeah.
But we don't need to do it every single time Roman...
Yeah. At least Edge and the Mysterios made sense because they were also feuding for the titles. So, like, okay, I'm not going to let you just jump this guy and you guys just get away with it scot-free. Like, I might not love Edge, but I hate you. Like, the Street Profits have no story. They're not...
That is true, too, because they built the Mysterios and the Usos before they kind of brought Edge into it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's true.
But you're not next up. No matter how you do it, you're not next up. And if you are next up, that's terrible writing. Yeah. Which I'm sure they're next up, especially after Friday.
Yes.
But like, it just doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't.
Just don't do it.
I feel like I don't know how this is gonna end. I don't think it's gonna end clean. It's just weird that they're putting this on a SmackDown to me.
I hope. I mean. So we're going to the Super SmackDown. So I wanted this to be the main event for Super SmackDown, and now I'm afraid that no, a six man. Of those 6 guys.
I see that.
And I do not want to see that at all.
Either, but I can see that happening for sure.
Yeah, but I couldn't care less about that match.
Could not.
Like, yeah, there'll be great performers. It'll be a sick match. Zero interest in the story. Yeah. It does nothing for me. Yeah. Let me see Roman and Finn. Let something happen where it's, a dirty victory or a DQ. I don't care. Let me see that. Give me a rematch. Give me Finn and Roman in a cage. There you go.
Something.
There you go. People will tune in for that. Yeah. Oh, it's a rematch. We just saw that last week. It's 2 of the top guys on the roster. Yeah. You're gonna watch it.
Yep. Exactly.
And you're gonna love it.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't want to see the Street Profits out there with the Usos. I don't want to see them interfere in this main event Friday. I mean, SmackDown's shaping up to be a good card tomorrow, so I just want it to be smooth sailing. Give me the title matches 1-on-1. Like, let Roman have his tribal chief, like his council, the wise man, Paul Heyman. Like, you can all be around him when it's not championship time. Let me get a little bit of a run of Roman just winning championship matches.
Yeah. I agree. I'm definitely with that, yeah.
I don't think it's that much to ask for.
No, not really.
But every feud before Cena involved interference.
In some capacity, it did. Other than the J one,
and,
obviously. But that was the beginning.
So what, Kevin Owens, no real interference, just Paul Heyman.
No, Jay was Red Hand Man.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, just give me Roman on a little bit of a stretch here, and then guess what? The next guy you build to fight Roman, when he looks vulnerable, bring back the Usos. There you go. The story is right there for you.
Yep.
I don't know. We'll see what happens. SmackDown's gonna be good this week. Definitely tune in.
Definitely.
Moving on.
Yeah, moving on to Raw.
Yeah. Charlotte and Nia Jax hate each other.
Yeah, that was interesting, huh?
They hate each other.
Really just going at it.
Nia, Charlotte both stiffing each other. There must be some real heat backstage.
See, here's the thing, though.
Are we getting worked?
No, I don't know if it's that necessarily, but
they hate each other. Yeah.
I don't know if that's true either, because I watched Sheamus and Drew go.
It is not the same.
You don't think it's the same?
It is not the same. Stiffing each other, like Charlotte and Nia
did,
is a lot different than laying in.
He's going strong. Yeah, that's true.
And Drew and Sheamus, like, talk about how much they like Seth and the physicality.
That's true.
You could tell that these two hate each other. And Charlotte mouthed a little bit of a bad word there when she got pinned.
Yeah.
She said, "You fat."
Yeah.
Yeah. They don't like each other.
Yeah, no. I'm interested. I wonder why.
I don't know. Probably because Nia hurts everybody.
Maybe. That would do it. Did she hurt Charlotte at some point? Did she?
She hurt her. She hurt Becky. She hurts everybody.
That probably would be it then.
Eventually you hit a point where you're unworkable.
Yeah.
And you're unemployed. I'm not saying...
Ryback?
Yeah, Ryback. Exactly.
That is the perfect example.
Fired Ryback for CM Punk. Yeah. And CM Punk's not even around.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying that Nia Jax deserves to be fired. Maybe bring her to the Performance Center. Maybe put her to work. Yeah. There's safer ways to do stuff. And sure, Charlotte no-sold the shit out of everything. She stiffed everything. They don't like each other, so it looked a lot worse than it probably was. But she does that to everybody.
Yeah.
Like, Nia's really got to put, some work in, man. I'm sick of it. I'm bored of it. I don't want to see Asuka miss 3 months of TV because she feuded with Nia and Shayna.
Yeah.
I would rather never see Nia and Shayna again than miss another 3 months of Asuka.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
I'm not even exaggerating.
No, 100%.
So they need to do something about it.
Yeah.
That's unacceptable.
Yeah, that's not good. And we already talked about the triple threat. I guess we'll kind of move on.
Yeah, I mean, the triple threat was sick.
Yeah.
If you guys didn't watch it, I recommend going to see that at least. If you're going to watch any part of Raw, that's the part.
That would definitely be the part to watch.
Yeah. So it was great. Real physical and maybe 25 minutes. Very good match. Very, very good match.
Other than that, the really only thing that mattered really was Bob, right?
Yeah, RK Bro and MVP Lashley.
Yeah.
So I read a little fan theory that you weren't really a fan of, but I was a little bit.
I did not like
I was a little bit more of a fan. I guess it would depend how soon it happens, if I like it or don't like it. But it was Riddle is the one to dethrone Lashley, and then Randy does the obvious heel turn on Riddle, and they feud for the title. Now, I kind of like it because I like Riddle and Randy, and the chemistry is there, and they work good together. I don't like it if it's next month. I don't
like it if it's next year.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how it happens because I don't know how you get rid of Bob, right? I don't know how Randy is okay with Riddle getting the title shot at all. But I don't know. I think down the line somewhere that would be an exciting feud for the title, but
no, I'm
just
out.
Not now.
I'm out on that
Never?
one. Listen, man.
I don't know
when
about
Riddle
never.
beat Bobby the first time, it's a different Bobby.
It's a different Bobby.
It's a much different Bobby. This is the Almighty. He wasn't the Almighty
We're
then.
not hitting Dominators anymore.
No,
We're hitting
he's the Almighty
Hurtlocks.
WWE champion.
Yeah.
It's different.
It's different.
Unless Bobby falls off a cliff.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I'm out on it. You can't have him beating Goldberg. You can't have him beating Drew, putting Drew to sleep on the main event of WrestleMania. No, not the main event, but the first night of WrestleMania.
Let me just pause you for a second there. You mentioned Goldberg. What is going on with Goldberg? He had this promo where, I mean, the glasses, awesome glasses, Goldberg, but he comes out and he goes, "I don't care about the title anymore. I just want revenge."
It's the dumbest thing I've
So
ever
what?
heard.
You're when you guys fight at Crown Jewel, you're just gonna beat him, but it's not for the title, because that's gonna be what happens.
I would be so upset.
I
would be so upset.
I'm almost positive that's.
No, you're 100% right. That's exactly what's gonna happen.
Goldberg's gonna win. It's gonna be a squash.
No. It can't be. It can't be a squash. It can't be a squash. It can't be a squash.
Goldberg can't go.
I know.
And if Lashley loses, it can't be long, because then it's just gonna be bad. So they're gonna squash him, but it won't be for the belt.
Oh man.
And then
there
goes all of Lashley's credibility.
And he's done. He's done. Then you know what? Let Ricochet beat him.
Our guy. I love Ricochet.
I really hope they don't do that.
I don't know. I hope not either. But go ahead.
That sounds exactly like WWE, though, which makes me so upset.
We've watched enough to know that.
That sounds right up their alley.
Yeah.
Great.
I just ruined the podcast. Look, Tanner's out of it.
All right. NXT happens next.
Yeah. Wait, one second. There were a couple good matches on Raw. AJ Styles and Xavier Woods.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
I mean, Xavier Woods.
Two guys that can just go.
This is what he needs. I don't care that he didn't beat AJ Styles. You're not supposed to beat AJ Styles, but this is good for him.
Yeah.
He deserves a little solo run.
He does. He really
does.
He's
very talented. They know what they have in him. He's an entertainer.
Yeah.
No shortage of using Xavier Woods.
He has so much content.
So much content. But he deserves a little bit of a solo run.
Yeah, he does.
I'm hoping somewhere along the lines maybe he ends up at that U.S. title.
That'd be cool. I'd be here for that.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
He deserves it. And then Omos and Morrison made no sense.
Yeah,
So
weird.
moving on.
Weird.
Cross killed Humberto.
Yeah.
Good.
Next.
Good. But who
next.
cares?
The Cross is.
And that's
I
it.
feel so bad for Cross. So little momentum.
Yep.
Hopefully they figure something out.
He was on top of the world. And
hopefully, like.
You know what they need to do?
If they like blame it on Scarlett.
Oh yeah.
And then when she comes back,
he's like a killer again.
I would be a little okay with that.
Yeah. It would
at least it's like some kind of story.
It would at least justify it.
Yeah.
Or take him off TV for 2 weeks. And
yeah,
then when his theme music hits again, Scarlett's there. It's like
and everyone goes crazy.
And it's like it never happened.
Yeah. And let him beat somebody like decent.
Just let him come out as Cross. Yeah, and beat anyone. Take off the cross straps and the like gladiator helmet.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of who's good they can afford a loss. And I can't right now. But they'll think of someone.
You don't even need to like. This might be me putting him way over. Let him beat AJ Styles. Like AJ can lose. AJ can lose and just come out the next week like, holy shit! Like I did not see that coming.
Yeah.
And then everybody's like, all right, AJ, cool.
Yeah, like all right.
And then, you know what? Him and Omos have a little backstage beef. Him and like Cross and Omos, and then eventually build to that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't care. But you got guys like. Again, you want to showcase talent.
Yeah.
Having Cross beat Humberto does nothing.
For either of them.
For nobody.
Yeah.
For the fans, for the talent, it does nothing. Yep. For the future of the company, like, I don't care that a 6'4", 265 mammoth beat up Humberto Carrillo. He's supposed to beat up Humberto Carrillo. Karrion Kross needs to be in the ring with Randy Orton. Karrion Kross needs to be in the ring with
AJ Styles.
Yeah, with AJ Styles, with Drew McIntyre, with Damian Priest. Like, these guys of similar build and moveset and physicality. Like, yeah, when I see him forearm the back of Humberto's neck and he goes limp and dies, I believe he's dead. But he was supposed to, okay? He was supposed to lose. So I just don't know what the fix is for Cross. Mm-hmm. And hopefully they do, and that's why they're getting paid the big bucks. But it doesn't look that way.
No.
So NXT.
What did we start with on NXT?
I feel
like NXT was like...
It was good. It was fast, though.
I feel like it was.
I know what I don't like. I can start with that.
You want to just jump right into...
Yeah, I hate Kyle O'Reilly.
Oh.
What is Duke Hudson and Kyle
O'Reilly? They had
a
good match, though.
It was a good match.
It was a pretty good match.
But if I have to see the tongue-out Gene Simmons kiss face for a heel hook one more time, I'm going to lose my mind. I don't like Kyle O'Reilly at all. Kyle O'Reilly, and maybe I like every week it just gets more and more like aggravating to me. He's not good. He's not good. They don't have something with Kyle O'Reilly. They're forcing something with Kyle O'Reilly that is not there. You know who you had something with? Roderick Strong.
That's
you
true.
know what feud would have been phenomenal? Roderick Strong versus Adam Cole.
Sick.
You want to break up the Undisputed Era? You have the two best workers on the roster right there to do it.
Yeah, that would have been awesome. That would have been such a good feud.
I am so over Kyle O'Reilly. And I know that when you beat Adam Cole like that, you're only getting more push. But 100%. I hate it. I hate it so much. Dude, I don't know.
That's not what I thought you were going to say. About
glad I got that off my chest.
What you hated?
Yeah, what I hate.
I'll go then for us. What the hell is Rich Holland losing for? What are we doing?
To end the show.
To end the show, Rich Holland loses clean.
Oh my God. I was losing my mind. How can you make it make sense?
No, I don't get it.
I
have no idea what the thought process was.
Listen, I don't even need Rich Holland to clean pin Ciampa. You have 3 guys out there with you that let you get pinned clean.
Yeah.
If I'm Rich Holland, I'm never coming to your back. I'm never having your back again, Pete Dunne. I'm never protecting you again, Oni Lorcan. Yeah. Like, go ahead and get your ass kicked because you guys just let me lose to Ciampa. Are you kidding me? Yeah.
The story's better if he puts Ciampa in the hospital, and then you have Thatcher and him come back, and you'll have a collision.
Yeah, the story is better that way.
Yeah.
The story is even
better. Now the story's dead.
The story's even better if he was beating Ridge like he almost did, and then he gets his fucking ass kicked excuse my French, for the other 3 guys.
I gotta put the this episode is explicit.
I lose my
on the
mind.
podcast.
We're gonna have to edit that part out.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to beep over that. But it's better if he's beating or Ciampa is beating him, and then the 3 other guys that are out at the ring say, whatever, doesn't matter. Win loss doesn't matter. Let's kick his ass.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
You're right. I got fired up about that. That is tough.
Yeah, that was a bad one.
Wow.
That was a bad one.
Yeah, I don't know. Mandy Rose got kicked in the face.
Oh man, she did.
Like the drop kick, I know that was the spot,
Yeah.
but she actually did get kicked in the face.
Yeah.
I mean, that stinks.
Yeah, that
Probably
sucks.
hurt.
Yeah, it sucks. Raquel beat Jessica Mia.
Yeah,
I like Jessica Mia. I think she's all right. She'll be better.
Yeah, she got potential.
Soon, hopefully.
Talking about Roderick Strong, the
Hey,
guy, the
for
dude,
who?
Ecoman,
Ecoman.
Jacket Man,
Ike Man.
Jacket Man.
I like Ike Man.
Yeah, he's
He's
good. But
I like Roderick Strong.
love-
Roderick.
Yeah, Roderick.
Yeah.
I love him.
Who the hell were the new guys with the diamond mine
what's
again?
the Smith brothers or something? I don't know. I don't know what they said, but they got
something brothers.
I mean, we did say this. We called this. They cut Tyler Rust. They were just going to replace him with somebody else.
Just to roast
Like
someone
it
else
was
in
nothing.
there. And you'll never hear the word Tyler Rust ever again.
Yep, diamond in the rust, baby.
There it is, gone.
But
they
yeah,
named the stable after him and he's not in the company.
Dude, Roderick versus Kushida, whenever it finally happens,
so good.
It's gonna
be so good.
You can't have Roderick lose though.
Yeah. Nah, probably not.
Probably not.
The only other thing that I had from NXT really was I like the little seeds between Santos and Carmelo Hayes. I think that would be a crazy match.
I like it a lot. I'm just not sure what path you take to get there.
Santos beat Swerve.
That's what I'm saying.
That's the path.
Do you do that first? And
You have to do that first.
But then Swerve and Hit Row just go away? Because they're not going to just go away.
Probably not, but depends on how they win. What if they put Carmelo in Hit Row?
That would be so classic.
If you didn't know, now you know.
That'd be so classic WWE.
Yeah, they would do that.
And especially with Vince coming.
Oh, of course.
Oh, God.
He'll eat that up.
I hope not.
Carmelo will come out just like JTG in like 2 weeks. Don't be surprised.
Yeah. Carmelo Hayes is so good. And Swerve was so good.
Yeah. Swerve still is
still
good. His
so good. I
sucks.
just don't like. Yeah, I don't even hate Hit Row. You don't add another person.
No, you definitely
don't add another person.
But I don't know. I think they'll figure it out. I like it. I think it'll be a sick match.
Santos versus Carmelo will be
awesome.
Very, very good. Just like Santos versus Swerve will be very, very good.
Yep. Right.
Yeah.
That's really all I got. I had a little bit of
I got one last thing.
Okay.
The Samoa Joe promo.
So weird.
I don't know why they did it that way.
So weird.
Like, who amongst the NXT roster is going to step up? You've had like 6 people step up.
You think this is like maybe someone's coming up? Not coming up, but like maybe they're going to use somebody new?
That's
maybe Austin Theory?
Oh, that'd be sweet. That would be sweet. A little like catch you off guard new champion.
Yeah.
Which is fine. Samoa Joe could be
Odyssey Jones?
Woo!
Who amongst you?
Woo! Yeah, like you can have Joe be a transition champion. We all knew what his purpose was, to beat Cross and get Cross to the main roster. Everybody do it. I was almost like getting myself worked into thinking Wade Barrett was gonna like hit him, and I should have known better.
The bullhammer elbow.
I absolutely knew that wasn't gonna happen, but I caught myself thinking like, maybe Wade Barrett.
Yeah, same guy that thought the Fiend was coming back. So
the Fiend is still coming back. Until he's not, he is.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay. Yeah.
All right. No, we are running a little bit long. So let's get into this list.
Yeah. Let me grab my phone.
Yeah, let's get into this list.
Gotta remember my list. Hold up.
So guys, today's list, we put it out there, a poll for everybody. What are your top 5 WWE themes? Well, wrestling theme songs.
Wrestling theme songs.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, this is not like the 5 most iconic.
Right.
Right.
Because
like the Gladder.
Yeah.
Gladder.
Yeah, Glass Shatter.
The Glass Shatter from
turn
Stone Cold.
turn it to 2.
Would be 1.
Yeah.
The Rock, like a shimmer. Like that would be
exactly.
1.
So we have some, like I wrote down honorable mentions to get those out of the way. Because you have Stone Cold, like you said. The Glass Shattering is iconic.
Yeah.
But after the Glass Shatters, it's kind of like, okay.
Yeah. Same thing with The Rock.
Yeah. You feel so bad. And then after that, it's like, okay.
Dun,
yeah.
Sorry.
I have on honorable mention. I have Real American.
It's a good one.
Because
it's a classic one.
Hulk Hogan. Yeah. I am a real American. And then I have Shawn Michaels as an honorable mention.
That is another good one. Yeah, that's another good one.
And then my final honorable mention is Rey Mysterio's old theme song. Who's that jumping out the sky? R-E-Y Mysterio. Yeah.
DX has to be an honorable mention.
Yeah. So
the Are You Ready?
It's really unfair because Triple H could have made the full list.
He could be all 5.
He could be the full list. Yeah. He could have been 1 through 5 with DX, Evolution, all of his own songs. So Triple H deserves the top spot of theme songs. Yeah. But that's not how we did the list.
So this list will be just like as a standalone song. Yeah. How is the song?
Yeah. So yes, the entrances that go along with these songs tend to be good entrances, but that's not how we ranked it. Yeah. Because if that was the case, I don't know, Undertaker would be number 1.
I guess, yeah.
But let's just go theme songs right now. Okay. You want to go set it off? Number 5?
Number 5, I have The Game. You have to put one of them on there.
Yes, no, absolutely. It's just I'm laughing because that is also my number 5.
There it is. There's a reason Triple H is on the list.
Triple H, The Game, number 5.
It was tough choosing between that and King of Kings.
Yes.
For me, but I feel like The Game is the more iconic one.
The King. The King of Kings. Yeah, no, The Game is
Nobody really does multi-song intros anymore. Somebody should start doing that again.
Yeah, bring it back.
I pick...
Just let Randy start.
Let Randy bring back the
Burning
no,
Light.
then you can say yeah, that'd be sweet.
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
with that.
Love that. That should have made the list actually.
Yeah, that's
a big omission on my part.
Yeah, that's another honorable mention. Throw it on there.
You know what? Let me change my 5th.
No.
Can't.
Number 4 for you.
Number 4 for me. The Rabid Wolverine.
It's a good one.
Chris Benoit.
Can separate the art from the artist.
Nothing really got you going like those high pitched squeals, and then. And there's no holding me back. Yeah, great song.
It's a good one.
Iconic song.
It's a good one.
And yeah, separate the art from the artist. Yeah. You know.
Number 4 for me is Seth's original one, not the new one.
Burn it down.
Not even, but even before the Burn It Down.
Yeah.
That's probably the best metal song WWE's done.
Yeah, and when he came out, and it was, I know we're not doing full themes, but it was just so perfect when he was swinging the belt.
Oh yeah, he was going crazy.
So
it was perfect.
It's a good one.
Number 3 for me, bouncing outside WWE.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go Judas.
Oh boy, can Chris Jericho do anything wrong?
No, Judas is probably the only intro song that I'll listen to with other people in the car that don't know wrestling. I'll still put Judas on because the song bangs.
Judas is on my list as well. It's very good, very good. I mean,
so good.
The crowd sing along it's the most follow along song there is. The crowd literally takes over for him.
Yeah.
So it's a great theme song.
Yep.
My number 3 is Rob Van Dam.
That's another one.
One of a Kind.
One of a kind.
Yeah.
That's a good one. That's
Rob
another very
Van
good
Dam.
one. Yeah,
that
I love
is
that one.
Going to the well a little bit.
It is. That's an old one. That's a good one.
Nothing quite got me going as much as One of a Kind. And then Rob Van Dam just popping out.
Yeah, the pyro going off.
Yeah.
Good.
And then for me, number 2 was Judas.
Another great
I mean, Chris Jericho went from not having a theme song on the list to jumping to the top 2.
Yeah.
No other break the walls down. It's fine, but similar thing to, Stone Cold and the Glass Break. And after that, not really a good song. But Judas is a standalone great song.
Yeah. Yep.
A standalone great song.
Phenomenal.
So definitely on the list.
Yeah.
Number 2.
We'll do number 1 together. I know we have the same one.
Yeah, we got the same.
Number 2 for me is Jeff Hardy, Writing on the Wall.
Of course it is.
A classic.
Yeah.
An absolute classic.
Yes.
Having the whole doom, 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 doom.
Yep.
So good. Happy they brought it back. Love it. Great song.
And number 1.
Number 1.
A Universal Truth.
Yeah.
At number 1.
Has to be. Number 1.
Roman. No.
The Shield theme.
Metalingus for Edge. Come on now. On this day!
Such a good one.
When that... And I know it's not the full theme, but that song goes.
Yeah.
And when the smoke hits and Metalingus starts playing and Edge comes out looking metal as shit, it is awesome.
Phenomenal.
It is the best theme song. I don't think it's even close.
It's really, really good. There's a couple I had in mind, but like once I thought of Edge, I was like, this is number one.
Yeah.
Has to be.
Edge,
Has to be number one.
Edge is one. Judas is making a very good run.
Yeah.
It's not fair to say it, but a younger Chris Jericho with Judas probably would have been a little bit higher.
Yeah. Younger Chris Jericho with Judas would have been insane. Honestly, I don't know if it works with the character.
It doesn't, but that's what I'm saying. Just a younger talent with that theme song probably does a little bit more for me. But Edge having that theme song from like the Rated R Superstar through now
for such a long
and
time,
it just
too.
keeps hitting right.
Yeah.
A couple omissions, a couple ones we missed. CM Punk.
Yeah, but that one's tough because those are just songs.
It's just a song, right?
That's just a song that they use. Cult of Personality, and also what's the song he had by Killswitch Engaged?
Fire Burn.
That's another great one.
Yeah.
So, but that's just a song.
Yeah.
So I was gonna put those on, but I know you could make the argument that Judas is just a song, but it's Jericho. Jericho's singing the songs.
Yeah. Couple misses again. Thugonomics.
I had thought of Thugonomics.
John Cena Thugonomics.
Thugonomics is a good, but I feel like once you get past the initial,
I mean,
this is basic Thugonomics.
Yeah.
Like, and then it's kind of just the same thing over and over again.
Kurt Angle, you suck.
But that's only good because of the crowd.
Kind of factor though. Kind of plays.
Also Travis. Shout out Travis.
Yeah.
So that's also another reason that I couldn't
Yeah.
justify putting on that list because I've heard the song too many times on PlayStation.
Yep. Brock Lesnar is a big miss.
Not a good song though.
But I think it's just again,
you know what?
Because it's a good theme.
If we're gonna go songs like that, I would much rather go Batista.
Well, Batista's song is an absolute hit.
That's what I'm saying.
Batista is a major omission.
Yeah.
A major omission. And like we said, Triple H, all his theme songs. Yeah. He could have been 1 through 5.
Yeah, absolutely.
So those are a couple of omissions. Definitely let us know your guys' favorites. You know,
let us know. Put in the comments.
We still have the
tweet
poll
us,
up.
Instagram, whatever. Yeah, put on the poll.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for tuning in to episode 8.
Episode 8. 2 months strong for you guys.
2 months. Socials will be down below. Instagram and Twitter, resthold_pod.
Yep.
Subscribe, like, comment down below. We are on Apple Podcasts and Spotify.
Yes.
Resthold Podcast.
Yeah, we got a couple things in the works for you guys too.
Yeah, some interesting stuff potentially in the future.
Yeah, we might start writing a little bit. So, let us know what you guys are interested in.
the content.
Yeah, because, the podcast is good. The podcast is long. So we want to bring you guys a little bit more, consume a little bit more content and a little bit smaller packages. So we're working on some things, but let us know if you guys are interested in anything, some suggestions. Yeah. Interact with us on social, man. We're doing the best we can.
Any kind of feedback. Yeah. We're just looking for something, give us something to talk about. Give us some discussion pieces, anything you guys want us to talk about. Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, we appreciate you guys watching, so if, there's something you guys want or something we could do better, definitely let us know.
All right, guys.
And that's
See you on the next
episode 8. Peace.